guys, this is Victoria Henrietta. Welcome to the V Word Show, and today I have a very special guest.
The champ is here!
I'm Chantelles Cameron.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
Thank you for joining me today. I'm starting a segment about women in sport, and obviously you're homegrown, Northampton, and you're doing amazing things in boxing, so I wanted you to come on the show. Can you start us off by telling me a bit about your boxing career so far?
So I started boxing when I was 18. And I was a kickboxer before, but I'd never actually wanted to box. I didn't even like boxing. I never watched boxing, and I was adamant I wasn't gonna ever be a boxer. I was really high up in kickboxing, and I was struggling to get fights, and I was like going through everyone, and nobody wanted to fight me anymore.
Because everyone was scared.
I was just beating everyone up.
Yeah.
So, and it was costing my dad a fortune, because
Yeah.
I'd been kickboxing since I was 10. So it must have been about 16, and then I was going into the full contact scene. And it was all about selling tickets, like basically you don't earn nothing either. And my dad was spending thousands and thousands. And it got to a stage where I was beating everyone in Britain, where they said my dad had to pay for me to box for a European title. And it was kind of like, oh, that's not really like why I'm going to do this. If I want to be a champion.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't have to pay to do that, yeah.
So women's boxing was announced it's going to be in the Olympics. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then that kind of like stemmed me really, because I heard about that, and it was obviously, you make a career if you go to the Olympics. And it kind of like steered me in the way of boxing. Okay,
cool. So really you kind of started late, but you had that background of martial arts behind you.
Yeah, so I started kickboxing 10 to 16, and then 16 to 17 I done Thai boxing, and then I went back to full contact kickboxing for a year, and then I was like, that's good boxing now.
So you kind of knew all your punches and stuff already. Was there anything new that you had to learn for boxing?
Yeah, so when I went to the boxing gym, it was really hard, because people don't understand, like, if you do kickboxing, Thai boxing, transitioning into boxing is completely different. Some people can do it, some people can't do it. My coach was like drilling and just non-stop nagging at me, because I was doing like bad habits because of the kickboxing.
Did you kick anyone?
No. Sometimes I'd tempt it. Sometimes if someone's like caught me with a good shot, like I'd go to raise my leg, and I'd go, oof, I had to go like pull it down. Yeah. But it was just mainly like my stance would be long, my hands would be like more kickboxing to defend kicks and stuff. And I must have took about 7-8 months to break the habits, but it was just constantly, because my coach just kept going on and on and on. Yeah. Like sometimes he was hard on me, but then they got me where I am.
So what would you say so far in your career? What have your highlights been?
Getting on Team GB. That was a highlight, because I've done it fast track as well, so I was only boxing a year.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was really lucky there, but I was performing at a high standard.
That's the thing,
so I stood out, so that was a massive highlight, because obviously that's for the Olympics. I won VI 2016 test event, so it was like a pre-run of the Olympics. Yeah. So I won the gold there, that was a massive achievement. I won the English nationals both times I entered, that was good as well. Then pro boxing has just been amazing.
When did you go pro?
2 years ago now, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, and what would you say has been the most difficult part of your career so far?
Not qualifying for the Olympics.
Okay, so what happened? Tell me about that.
I was beating everybody there was in my division, except from Katie Taylor. So me and Katie Taylor, obviously she's a potential opponent now, but we was always kept at like different spectrums of the category. Yeah. So we never met. So and she's the only person who I didn't like get to fight. I boxed her once in 2011 when I was a novice. Okay. So I'd only been boxing a year, my second international. So everyone else in the category, I was beaten. And the girl who won the Olympic gold, beat her 8 times. The silver medalist, the bronze medalist, I beat them like 3-4 times. Yeah. And when it comes to the qualifiers, I was just unfair. They just treated like they just didn't want me to qualify.
Right, okay.
Simple as that. It was just, it was very political. Yes. And because they knew I'd beaten the girl so many times, I'd beaten everyone. Yeah. They kept me and Katie apart. And I don't know why we was kept apart, but we never like met each other in the section. And I just don't think I was treated fair. Well, I would be beating the girl around for 4 rounds, and they would raise her hand, and I'd be like, she just held on to me. She hardly hit me, and I'd just been beating her up, and they just raised her hand. So
wow, that's mental.
Yeah, my second qualifier, was really bad because I think if I was a man, it would have been different. But it's because of my style. There was 2 rings, and the opposite ring on the other side, that the bell went.
Yeah.
So me and my opponent should have carried on boxing. So I went to carry on, and I hit her, and they give me a warning. Yeah, and so basically that lost me my qualifier. So it weren't fair. And like if I appealed it, it would have been like, well, it was the other ring that went off, and we had like 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
So if it's boxing's boxing, don't stop until the ref says stop.
Same as any sport really. You play to the whistle, you play to the ref or whatever till they tell you.
That literally that broke my heart. I was absolutely devastated.
So how did you get over something like that?
I really did hit rock bottom. It was horrible. I went into a dark place because I was like, obviously I spent 4 or 5 years. That was my dream. And when I say like, I literally sacrificed everything I did for them years, because like I was just adamant I was going to win an Olympic medal. Adamant for all them years, and I missed out on so much. So like I wasted all that time. Yeah. And spent about...
Although, in hindsight, do you still feel like it was a waste? Do you feel like it prepared you for now?
Yeah, now I'm glad, because now I see that weren't my destiny. It wasn't my destiny. I never suited the amateurs. I never really enjoyed the amateurs. It weren't my style of fighting. I'd done it because I was on Team GB. Yeah. I was getting paid a wage, and at the moment that was my dream. But I feel like it's a blessing, because now like I'm adamant I'll never ever let that happen again.
Oh, well, fair enough, I suppose.
So when I'm with my opponents now, I'm like, I'm not getting robbed again.
Yeah, fair enough.
Never again.
You mentioned about feeling like if you were a man, that wouldn't have happened. What have you kind of come across any sexism in the sport, seeing as you're, you know, a successful female boxer in a male-dominated sport? How does that?
So like in the amateurs, it was actually one of the GB coaches said like, if it was the guys' match and that happened, I wouldn't have got a warning. I probably would have got a slap on the wrist, but. In the women's amateurs, they're very much like the tippy tap. Like tip tap, like moving about, little tap again. Yeah. Whereas my style is very like come forward, box inside, like rough them up.
Aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive, really aggressive, and like always centre foot. And I think because of my style, they didn't like my style. Yeah. And I was aggressive, and they didn't want to see that. So I feel like as a woman, they like punish me for that.
Whereas if you were a man, they'd be like, you know, celebrated.
Yeah. So I feel like that was that, and. So in pro boxing, women only box 2-minute rounds, and the men box 3-minute rounds. So that's not really fair, because obviously, like we should be doing threes as well. Yeah. Okay. And obviously, we don't get paid as much as men.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother issue. Yeah, through all sport.
Drop that one in there.
Yeah. So tell me what a day's training looks like for you.
So I wake up in the morning. I'll either go for a run, depending what time my boxing session is. So if I go for a run, I'll go on an empty stomach, because you like burn more fat. 10:30, 11, if I'm in Manchester, I'll do my boxing session. So it'll either be pads, bags, or sparring. And then evening time, I'll do my weight session, or I'll do more cardio and abs. It's always either like run, weights, boxing. And then, so I train 3 times a week, weights, and the rest is just like cardio and boxing. How
much sleep do you have to get? What's your diet like?
I always like aim to get a nap a day. Like
I miss naps, you know, since being a mum, a nap is like never happened.
Oh, I love my naps. So you always get like a good like 30 minutes, hour nap. Yeah. And I try to get a good like 8 hours sleep. I have a really good nutritionist called Kevin Kays. So he used to work with like Ricky Hatton and things. So he's brilliant. So like I eat often but small amounts. Yeah. So it's not about starving myself. It's about getting the right nutrition in me so that I'm strong and powerful in training. Because obviously I don't want to train empty and I'm burning myself out. So I eat like good small portions, like loads of vegetables, like too many vegetables. Yeah. So it's just healthy really. And
Ricky Hatton's renowned, isn't he, for like the changes in weight throughout his career. Like he wouldn't be fighting and he'd gain loads of weight and everyone like, oh, how's he going to come back? And then his next fight he'd be looking trim again, ready to roll. So
yeah, that's the guy I work with is unreal. He's really good.
On the night, what do you do to get in the zone? How do you warm up?
I'm usually on like quite late on the shows, so my coach would always give me a time to go to the venue, because obviously we have to like set up, all the officials come in, get the doctor to check me over and stuff. So I usually go about 2 hours prior. Before I go to the venue, I literally just lay there and just try to chill as much as I can, because sometimes I get to nap, but sometimes like my mind just racing. So I'm just constantly thinking about the fight over and over. So if I can't nap, I just literally just shut my eyes and just visualise the fight, visualise like my tactics and things. 2 hours before I go to the venue, set up. So for literally about 45 minutes, I just sit down in the changing room. So I don't even go into the actual arena because I don't want to be distracted. So like I'll probably look at the ring, but I won't go in. So I go straight to the changing room. I don't like really seeing people. So,
just staying
I
into
go into like a proper zone. So like I shut everything out. So I don't want no distractions. So I look at the ring. I'll go straight to my changing room and nobody sees me except for my team, obviously. And then 45 minutes just chilling, listening to my music, like getting ready. And then my coach will be like, right, let's wrap up now. It takes about 20-30 minutes to wrap my hands because it's like very technical. Like it takes ages. Then the board, like the British board, will come and sign my wraps off to check it's all safe, then start the warm up and start prepping.
Okay, so they literally come in to make sure there's no razor blades or whatever in there, make sure you've got no rocks in there. Okay, cool. What sort of music do you listen to?
So I listen to like hip hop, bit of drum and bass, bit of grime, like get me a bit aggy.
So, something a bit angry to get you in the mood. Okay, what's your walkout tune?
So it always changes, but I've had that, drum and bass songs, and I'll always change it. I never keep the same song.
Okay, so have you got a new one prepped for your next fight?
No, I'm still thinking, because I always have a new one. I think, I need to stick to one, but so now I think I've got superstitious, but I always got to have a new song.
Right,
Whereas, like, my last one was so good as well, and I was like, I really want it, but I always have a different song, so I think I was going to stick with that.
And what do you think the benefits have been for you, like mentally, physically?
Oh, amazing. Like, I don't think people realise how good boxing is for you, or just combat sport in general. Because like you could be an office worker, work in a school, work anywhere, or you're having relationship problems, you're having just life problems, and you can go to a gym and you can just like beat the crap out of a bag, pads, or even if you're sparring, you can just like let out some anger. So it's like a massive release. And like, because they say exercise is good anyway for like your mental state. So boxing is great, especially because you learn so much discipline as well. I feel like martial arts in general it stemmed me for life. Like it set me up for life because I learnt my discipline, I learnt my timekeeping, manners, confidence, just everything.
And like the amount of focus and drive it taking you to get to this point, like you must be so dedicated and
you have
able to focus on things.
I think that's set me up for life as well, that dedication, because I've always been so dedicated and had to sacrifice things, and that I think that's just going to come with me in every aspect of life now. So it's been great. Like I think they should get boxing into schools more because it's so good.
Because they used to have boxing in schools. I personally think it should come back as well. I mean, like you say, it teaches kids so many different things, and like resilience and, you know, respect and focus and things like that. So I definitely think it would be good for most children, and also for those kids perhaps who don't necessarily enjoy school as much as others, or find it a bit more difficult to have something that's for them.
Like them kids with a lack of confidence. It builds confidence as well, and it gets like the kids like mingling with each other as well in like a non-contact way. So they don't even have to like spam and stuff. Just doing pads with each other just builds up confidence.
I remember I had a little charity fight. It was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done, but like the training, like 8 weeks of training, it did me wonders. And then the actual fight itself, although I was really nervous, and I did win. So that was good.
You won.
Yeah, I definitely think it helped me with my own mental health and kind of, like you say, like focus and being prepared and being focused and have something to focus on. It was good for me. So
change your mindset completely. Like without boxing, I get lost, like really lost. I'm like, I need to have fights planned. Like I need dates.
So you've
I need
got
to
that
be training. Yeah.
Focus on
like
something.
After fights, I kind of just like. I'm like, what I'm gonna do? So it's crazy,
What do you do in your time off?
I just catch up with everyone. So I meet my friends, because obviously when I'm in camp, it's very like strict and like regiment, like training, eating healthy. So it's I just kind of shut myself off, especially the closer I get to a fight, I kind of go into a little shell and take a step back from everyone. So my time off, I just catch up with my friends, catch up with my family, do everything that I can't do in camp. So
talk to me about food. What's like after you fight? What drink are you going for? What food are you going for?
So I get a rum and pineapple, or Disarano and Coke, or Jaeger. Just
anything. Like,
just get me a drink. Chinese. any sort of takeaway, anything that's just fatty and
Just
healthy.
that you're never allowed to eat normally.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
wicked.
just give me any bad food.
What have you got coming up?
So I'm boxing November the 9th in the biggest fight of my career.
This is your world title fight, is it?
Yes, it's my second final eliminator. Lightweight, I've won my mandatory, so I'm waiting for my world title shot. And now I'm moving up another weight to get in the same position. So it makes me in the position to box for 2 world titles at 2 different weights, which I'll be the first British girl that's ever done that.
Wow,
so, yeah, so I'm looking to break history.
Yes,
So I've just got to win this, and then if I win this next fight, my next fight, I'll be boxing for unification, which is 2 belts.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a massive, massive fight.
Oh,
but
well,
my opponent's a former world champion, so
yeah,
it's going to be a great test for me.
And what will it be like fighting? Because I'm guessing they're probably a bit taller than you in the next weight category, or is it?
No, I'm a big lightweight, so the weight below, I'm big for that weight anyway. So it's hard for me to get to that weight.
Yeah.
But the weight, super lightweight, I think I'm going to be bigger than her, and I'm going to have a lot more power because obviously I'm not draining myself the weight.
Yeah.
So I'll have more power. So I think I'm hoping that I'm going to like.
Yeah.
Stoppage would be nice.
yeah, cool. And what about sponsors? Who have you got sponsoring you? What's going on with endorsements?
Yeah, so obviously you'll always appreciate my sponsors. So Maverick Trust, which I'm an ambassador for, it's a charity, and it's to do with knife crime.
Oh,
so
wicked.
yeah, they're brilliant. It's mainly Manchester based, but so an ambassador for them. They sponsor me. Jason Cameron Properties in Northampton. I always say his name wrong and he was last. It's Free Counties Water, but I always say it's Free Shires, but it's Free Counties. So Free Counties Water, GP Consultant, Tasty Meal Prep Northampton.
Oh, I see they're on your Insta
really
story,
nice
and I'm
food.
always like, I'm hungry.
Yeah, nice food.
Yeah.
And Crest Scaffolding.
Thank you very much for watching the V Word Show with me, Victoria Henrietta, and my special guest, Chantelle Cameron. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
And all the best in your upcoming fight.
Oh, thanks.